Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday night's Messages of Love from Above. So happy to have you all here, and happy weekend to you. Happy Saturday morning to you guys on the other side of the planet. And I'm excited, as always, to see what messages come through. So before we get into it all, let us send some beautiful, unconditional love energy out to the world. We know it could always use it, and we get the benefit of filling up with it first. So what we'll do to start is take a big deep breath and come back out of the chaos, out of the future, out of the past, come back to this moment. You can breathe in through your nose or mouth, whichever you prefer. Hold it for as long as you feel comfortable, and then release through your nose or mouth. Just helps us be calm and come back to now. So let's start with that. Big deep breath. Beautiful, beautiful. And we do have the singing bowl as per usual. We'll hit it 3 times. And each time, just imagine that love energy coming down, filling up our heart, our minds, our bodies. And once we're full, like a chalice, then it overflows out to the world, but we fill up first. And then we'll let it fill up our readings and this session. And if you want to focus on flooding love energy out into all the authoritative positions across the planet, just let it turn all of those positions brighter and brighter and higher vibration of love. And what we do with that intention of just flooding all that with this unconditional love energy is that individuals who are not willing to raise their love vibration can't stand to be in the presence of that, and then they want to leave and get out of those positions, opening them up for individuals that are in alignment with higher vibration. So we'll start there. So here's the first one. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. And it does make a difference out there in the world, you know. So you can just see there's all these truths that are coming out in the world, and things are being brought to light. And here, like China, the youth of China are rising up against the authoritarians, and Russia, which is very dictatorial. There's a lot of turmoil because of the energy changes. So never underestimate the impact that we have on it all. So I like that. Hey, happy birthday to you, Sable. Welcome, welcome. Hey, everybody. Hey, Nova, Nelia. Hey. Britt and Diva. Everybody, hello. Lucky, shout out to one of my YouTube channel members. You'll see their names in green with a little badge. So hello, hello to you. All right. So if you are new to this channel or new to these readings, welcome. We obviously have a great group of people with huge hearts, great senses of humor, and Short, you got your hair cut. Hey, Johanna! Shout out to another one of my YouTube channel members. Uh, Good thing it grows back, Nova, right? And you can wear hats and wigs. But how the readings work, just for anyone that's new to the channel, free readings. I go down in order through the chat, first come, first serve. The chat is the list. There's no like special list. You just put your question out there, and then I pull cards for that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those, step out of the free readings. Free readings are usually one card, sometimes two, and then I dive deeper into the donation readings as well. You can donate by using the super chat at the bottom, or in the description box of the video, I do have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. So you can check it out there. And there's no set dollar amount. Whatever you feel you can give from your heart is the perfect one. Um, because I just know that, everyone's, um, funds vary from day to day, person to person, to country, with exchange rates and all that. So I just know you're given from your heart. So I'm going to be using the tarot original today too, the round tarot. So after I get completed with my donations and diving deeper into those, then when I start on the free readings, any of my YouTube channel members actually get the next priority for their free readings, and then I get into the other free readings. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, it's $2.99 a month for my Zen Cricket. So you get prioritization in these, but you also, on Wednesday nights, we have 2 hours for my YouTube channel members. So all of them get to attend that. And then my praying mantis level is $7.99 a month, which you get everything from the Zen Cricket, which is that Wednesday night and these advanced access, right? But also Thursday nights we have 2 hours, and then after each of my Friday and Saturday night sessions, we have an hour together, and on Sunday we have an hour together after my morning session. So if you're interested in any of that, all that information is listed in the description box down below. And the praying mantis, we dive in, we read books. We do on my Wednesday and Thursday night ones, we do oracle readings, we do past life readings, whatever we want to do. So that's something to think about. All right. So let us get into it. Let me just shuffle these up. Hope everyone is enjoying the moments of the weekend already. Zoom, zoom. And hey, Daisy. Shout out to another one of my YouTube channel members. Each month, I also, YouTube allows me to give away 10 of my Zen Cricket level. And so we still have about, 10, 11 more days left in this month. Right. September has 30, so about 10 days left. The first Saturday of the month is when I give those away, but I usually will put out an announcement on how you can make sure you have your settings set to on for those. All right. So let us get into it. Yeah, well, no, I'm sure you're not alone. We had a super full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. So that took us deep, 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 deep inside, and there's a bunch of other stuff that's going on too. So yeah. So hopefully, I think, didn't you have your counseling session this week? So hopefully that went well. They probably opened up some the floodgates. And crying is so good too. It's the emotion flowing instead of being pushed in. So it's next week. Well, that's good. So there is hope on the horizon. In the meantime, let it flow. And when you're like tired of crying, and put on some happy music for a little while and distract yourself, and journal and play music and do all the things you can do, right? To get to that appointment, right? Yep, just take it a moment at a time. That's all we can do, right? So now we have some that we can distract you a little bit with messages from spirit for a while, right? Yeah. All right, so let's get into it. So Nova, you are up first. So thank you for your multiple donations and the thumbs up here. I thought I saw it down here. Number one. Yeah, so let's don't have a question. You just a reading on yourself, your life, personal stuff, and whatever, right? Just anything. What do they want you to know about things? So let's take a look. Do we have a let's see if they had an oracle. I do here. We've got these cosmic journey oracle, which definitely talks about our journeys that we're having here. And let's see what they want you to know here. Yeah, the activated ally. Here's your spirit team. And it's interesting. This is a special card number 9, which is normally the Hermit's card. Let's take a look and see what comes in here. Come on, there it is. Yeah, so this is all about the attributes of the card are hero and mentorship and guide and superpowers. So there's a reason you admire certain characters, heroes, or mentors. Those you look up to represent a golden shadow. They reflect exactly who you are when you act from your highest self. Who are you most attracted to right now? Call forth your ally. Of course, we know who that is. They can be anyone dead or alive. It doesn't matter for this conversation. Activate them now. So, of course, Kurt, I feel this is as soon as I saw the activated ally, I'm like, there he is, Kurt Cobain, right? So, questions that you can ask him and listen for the answers from him too are, what's your best advice here? Which of your own characteristics do you see in me? Who are my other allies? What would you do in this situation? And which one of your attributes can I utilize for what's next for me? So I like those, they're basically telling you that, they're there for you, and that you can call out to them and ask them for guidance and clarity, especially with your activated ally, who is Kurt. He is your ally. And you can ask him, like, what did you go through? What did you feel? What advice do you have for me? Help! We talk about sometimes that's all that, um, we can, uh, one of the most impactful prayers, right, is that. And so he gave you the bottom of the deck too. He's got the 3 of swords, which is expectations equal disappointment. This is the pain, right? And when we talk about things that are so painful, that is fear, right? That's the prick in our heart, is when we go and we feel fear. Because our heart can't be broken, but it can feel like something's pricking it when we go into fight or flight mode. And so whatever, kicks in for us, um, when we feel those feelings, when we can take a big deep breath or several and step back and sit, then we can ask, what am I fearing? What's at the root of this? What's, bouncing around? He should give you the star card, which in this case, this is all about hope. And, um, and you have the king of, not the king, the knight of pentacles on the bottom is hope is, available. Hope is here. You can feel hope in this moment and know that things are unfolding, things are going forth. Also represents the balancing of like our chakras and our energy. So you can find some great videos on YouTube if you just search like chakra balancing music, and there's some great music and some great, and there's even videos that'll talk about things you can do to balance your different energies, especially when you're feeling the way you are right now. um there's this, the red, orange, and yellow chakras are the lower ones, and anything we can do to help balance those by wearing red, orange, yellow, or rainbow, eating things that are red, orange, and yellow, anything like that can, help, transform these things. So, we've talked about, yeah, pure black. So instead, if you're able to change your environment, we know, and my heart goes out to you. I know, we've talked about depression before, and how when we're feeling those ways, we know the things that we can do to just get us out of, the depths of it, allow ourselves to feel it, but also when we're done, and if we feel that we're stuck in it, there's things that we can do, to get out of that, right? Yeah. You feel you can't feel joy in the moment, but you will be able to feel joy. It's whatever has been triggered, and of course, doing all the stuff, the cigarettes, the pills, and different things, those kind of numb stuff too, right? They're designed to take away the, um, the pierceness of it. So you definitely don't want to, just step into that hope and all that. Yeah, and if you do feel suicidal, of course, I have to, disclaimer, I'm not a licensed counselor, but you definitely should seek immediate professional help, right? It's like, yeah, and no sleep doesn't help. So if you're feeling, then, you can get to a hospital, call 911, or I don't know what it is in Australia, but, it's call someone for help, because Kurt also, we've talked about how with the hope card and the star, is about having a dream, and that you're not here by accident, that you wanted to come down here. And even though you took the full load, double load course earlier in your life, it's going to help so many other people when you're there. So, yeah. They had me pull this one. This one's your calling. So, you've got the here's your higher self calling your human to this higher place in this lifetime, right? So you've got both of your dream card and your calling card coming in here, that you have a calling, and you just need to get through these fears. And this is probably how you feel right now. Ten of Swords is you're ready to let go of all these small t truths that bring the pain, that bring these feelings of suffering. And you have the Wheel of Fortune that comes in here, which is the another 10, but it's, shows fate's wheel turning, and that you are here for a fated purpose. Um, so, to try to just hang on a little more until you can get in to see the counselor, because he has brought up a lot, right, Kurt, about it's so important. It's going to be a pivotal time. It's literally being at a crossroads and changing complete course in your life in a lot of different ways too. Yeah, and you got the 10 of Pentacles, so you've got a bright future ahead of you here. 10 of Pentacles, like the Wheel of Fortune, is a huge amount. And so there's a significant put here. Um, this different transformation that comes in, and the conflict, the mental conflict that's going to transform. Yeah, but you have the magic, right? You are the magician with all of this. And so it's important, whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. So if you're focusing on depression, focusing on these lower things, then it's just growing and growing and growing, right? So you have to do something. Go take a shower, that will refresh you. Get something to eat. You don't eat when you're doing all this too, right? So get something to eat, shower, and then go to bed and get some sleep and get some rest. And but put on your happy music, the stuff that brings things up, right? And because if you're not helping your body, then these things are what um, have you, go forward and and make you feel here, like you want to. You know, die, but this is the rebirth that's happening for you here. That we know this is the time frame of transformation. All these tens that you got, you're ready to stop these old ways of feeling, of thinking, of existing, and you're ready to transform and start living. So, you know, do those beautiful things that will help. Start, just take one little step towards loving yourself, right? Get something to eat so you have strength, right? Eat and drink something. And then, jump in the shower just so that you can rinse off your old, as my host, whenever she was not feeling well and she didn't shower for days, she goes, "I smell like a dirty hamster." So, you know, yeah, exactly. And so they know the things, they know the downward spiral rabbit hole they would go into. And so, you're grabbing and stopping that, and it's just take one step, get something to eat and something to drink. Yeah, so like cigarettes, right? So, and it refreshes you. There's, a shower. Just imagine the shower, you know, um, dripping off and having all that lower vibrational energy. Just allow that shower to be a cleanse where it just washes it down the drain. And then you can put on some happy music and get ready to go to sleep, right? So, I feel like that those are important things that he does want you to know right now. I don't know. Did you put your second question up here? Like a horror movie turns black? But the magician is whatever you focus on is what's growing and expanding. So it's important for you to go, all right, here, I'm going to ignite and see what comes in, right? All right. So that's it for the first one. And thank you for your additional donation. I feel like they want to have this messenger oracle next. So what else do they have for you right now? You're here on purpose for a purpose, not by accident. So, yeah. And it may feel that way, but you're actually on an upward spiral. But these feelings that you're having are what's bubbling up from inside, but it's not where you're at in your journey. Part of your journey is, these are flashbacks, these are things that are bubbling up to the surface to be transformed, right? Yeah. Become a shapeshifter. Yeah. But when you get to the other side of it, it's gonna be so worth it. When you're going through crap valley and you have it up to your nose, life can feel like it stinks. But once we get through that valley up to the higher mountain on the other side of the valley and we wash off, then we smell like pretty flowers, then life feels more worth it. So, trust me, been there. So the kitsune is a shapeshifter, a mythical fox that can take on human form. And at this time, a shapeshifter is what you need to become. All too often, we restrict and limit ourselves by embracing rigid labels, definitions, and ideas of who we are and who we're meant to be. From one moment to the next, you are always the person you're meant to be. But if you open yourself to growth, you can become more. And like the kitsune, the more tails you have, the more powerful and wise you become. So become a shapeshifter. I don't know if you've ever seen I've seen a lot of, you know, Korean movies and Chinese movies where they have characters they become these and they have all these tales of wisdom. So it's a fox with a lot of different tales that are on there. But I definitely feel like they're, saying here, become a shapeshifter, and it goes back to that magician energy, that knowing that there's always a new day. Get the Ace of Pentacles, so there's always a new day that comes in here. There is stability of the outside world with the Four of Pentacles as well. Page of Cups, there is higher love in this journey here, so there's a lot of new stuff here. Yeah, and you even got the um 5, 6, and 7 that comes in with all of this. You've got the Hierophant. Well, four. You got 4, 5, 6. Sorry. So you have the Emperor, which is about taking control of your life. And this is what, like, that magician and shapeshifter energy is like. I get to choose the story, my emotions, and the Hierophant again is connecting with our higher self, seeing the capital T truth of who I want to be, and stepping into our emotional power that comes in here too, right? That every moment I get to choose my emotion. And so, like I said, you're feeling like caca poo poo and ashamed of it. But it's like we come down here to experience that. There's no wrong emotion. But when you're done feeling that way, then you can see it from, your spiritual posse's point of view, from the creator's point of view. They have nothing but unconditional love for you and for all of us. There's no judgment. There's no, they don't shame us. That's a human thing, right? you know, yeah. And that we can definitely feel that, and you're not alone in feeling that way. And but what's the point in, starting all over again when you've gone through so much already? You're just on the pinnacle of a new path, and you just got to make it another day until your counseling session. And if you feel like you are on the verge of ending this life, then what does it hurt to go get some help, right? Go to the hospital, whatever, and just tell them that you're like, I feel like I want to leave this planet, so can you guys help me? And then, it's they'll help you, they'll be there, they'll give you some stuff probably to make you feel better and to kind of center, and then they'll get you counseling even faster um, than that other, I'm sure. But it's much better for our journey, for if we get help, right? Yeah. And the drugs, right? It's feeling the withdrawals, feeling the chemicals in our bodies and doing all those things, but they will help, um, stabilize our physical bodies and then help us both mentally and emotionally with all these accusatory, you know, thinking up here, our own little inner voice that is telling us all these things and, these emotions bubbling up. But there is hope and there is help. So, I feel like they're telling you that you have the power to stop. You have the power to, stop the downward feeling that you're spiraling downward, and we just stop and come back to the surface where you're at, because you are on this upward spiral journey that sometimes feels like we're falling, but that's all just energy that's going on inside us. But you have the power to transform it, right? And if you're feeling this way, I would really encourage you, if there's anyone that can be there physically, on the other side of the planet with you, you know, definitely call them and let them know what's going on so that they can help you too. In the meantime, too, of course, you're surrounded by a great host of beings that will help you. Just cry out with your heart. You don't even have to put it into words. Just have that feeling of help. I just want you to know, I want us to know that you're there. So hang in there, Nova. We, and like Deb said, hey, Deb, we do love you, and you have a lot of people here that would miss you. And I know I've told you before that I was suicidal, and the creator and spirit stepped in, and I just felt their presence, and just felt like a whisper that was within that said no, because I was planning and plotting how I was going to do it, and they were just like no, just like they were like no, no, psst, 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 putting their finger to my lips. No, 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 we're not going to do that. No, no, no. um you know just wait, and just wait another day and another day and another day. Yeah. Yeah. And like, yeah, Deb's saying, we got all this energy going on that's making us all definitely was a rough week of emotionally. There's a lot of I mean, everything that's happening. This lunar eclipse energy is just shaking us all emotionally, and all of that too. So thank you, Deb, for mentioning that, and Day Sturgis for your love, and Marijana as well. Thank you guys so much for sending the love. Definitely. Yeah, the demons, right? And then your third question, you want to, what else does Kurt want you to know? What does he want to say about his life? Because he had a tough one. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely did. Let's see, what is this here? Oh, ask your guides, Oracle. Let's see what else he wants to tell you here. And thank you for your multiple donations. I really appreciate you. Yeah, yeah, he's definitely there with you all the time. All right, so there's this one right here. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, lucky number 13 and change. Look at this cocoon and the butterfly and the transformation that's coming in here. We just had Friday the 13th a week ago. Yeah. So this card is all about the unknown and redirection and discomfort and uncertainty. Yeah, he's there. He's always present with you. So, Kurt advises you to prepare for unexpected change. When it arrives, do not get swept up in the fear and reactivity that this change can incite in those around you. Change is not necessarily bad, and you're not in danger. You may, however, be uncomfortable as life directs you in ways that you did not expect. Handle the added stress of change by staying out of your head and getting more into your body. Redirect your uncertainty into physical exercise or activity to offset overthinking and maintain equilibrium. Take up running or do yoga, for example, to help you dispel the stress and anxiety that unexpected change causes rather than drown in apprehension of what is to come. Check with your inner guidance as you go. Kurt also advises you to be open to the changes showing up. It's challenging to enter the unknown, but Kurt calmly assures you that no matter what unfolds, all is in divine order and you are safe. The process of change can be unsettling, but your higher self informs you that the outcome will bring positive new opportunities in the end. Kurt's message to you: stay calm, adapt, accept change. Things will work out in surprisingly positive and beautiful ways. So, the big thing with him, he was not a big acceptance of change. He didn't like the feeling of the unknown and uncertainty. And imagine if we looked into his earlier life that he had a lot of unstable childhood where he didn't have consistent support and love and because he did have so much, even with this the star up here, the dream is what he was focused on, and he was afraid to lose his dream, right? And but there's a lot of this emotion of he thought he was going to have everything out in the world, right? Yeah, his dream was, like everyone has a dream, and at the core of it, it's to be loved and accepted, right? That's what's at the core of everyone's dream, and um, as a human, and when we look to the outside world for our validation, whether it is from people or situations or money and things or whatever, we feel so empty. And a big piece of what happened with him is, he got a lot of stuff that he thought was supposed to make him feel whole, but because he hadn't done a whole lot of inner reflection, he was, you know, it's like he was trying to cut himself out of the cocoon, but the struggle of getting out of the cocoon is what, you can see that they have the wings and everything there. That is what builds the muscle of the wing muscles that allows you to fly. And the struggle was just so much for him that he was using drugs and sex and all this other stuff to try to numb and get himself out of the struggle because he just didn't want to feel it. But had he known, and this is why he's, so focused on helping you, is it's worth it. Just know it's worth it. And he even said it in the book, right? It was there's great positive changes and beautiful things that are, you know, from on the other side of this. As soon as you can get through the transformation of the caterpillar to the butterfly and allow yourself the struggle to get out of the cocoon, then there's so much that you're able to do and so far you're able to go because you have wings to fly. But if we're, you know, the caterpillar, obviously it's a horrible feeling when you feel like your body's disappearing in this cocoon to be transformed into a butterfly. And they're like, "Oh, it's not worth it." But when they show you the beautiful butterfly, excuse me, that you can become, then they're like, just hang in there, just another moment, just another moment, just another moment. And before you know it, you're breaking out of the cocoon. Your wings are drying, and you got these buff wing muscles that you can fly thousands of miles, right? Oh, very cool. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that you're not channeling them. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Kurt and all of your spiritual posse of support, your guardian angel and all your angels and anyone else that loved ones on the other side and ancestors, they all feel every emotion you feel. They know every thought you think. They know every experience you've had from in the womb all the way. And they see the rest of your life too, all the possibilities. And that's why, yeah, and he definitely knows how tough it is. And he is like, yeah, and I wussed out and ended my life. And that's why before you guys came down here, you asked him, be there for me because I don't want to do what you've done. And he's like, I don't want you to do that either. So I will be there to try to help you not do that so that you can go forward and experience the dream like you hadn't before. But you got all that moon energy, you're feeling a lot of emotions come from the surface. So anything that you can do. So what are you going to do? You're going to go get something to eat, you're going to get something to drink, you're going to jump in the shower and refresh yourself, and then you're going to grab your happy music and your guitar, and you're just going to focus and realize the magician and the power, your superpower that you have, right? So he's like, all right, what are we gonna do? It's like he's acting like such a big brother. You're like, God, all right already. Yeah, so definitely do that. I mean, this lifetime, I mean, I've almost been around 60 years in this lifetime, and it has flown by. These lives are, nothing stays the same for long. And I encourage everyone, you know, I'm so glad because that was when I was like 22. Here I'm 57. So at 35 years ago, is when I was going to end my life. And it's just living one more day at a time, one more moment sometimes is all we can do to get through it. And then, you know, I wish I had I have the emotional heart of a 20-year-old, but no, this old ticker, you don't know how long I'm going to be here with you guys, but guaranteed, I will come and make my presence known. Yeah, and Deb, definitely a lot of uh, a lot of adventures we have in these lifetimes, right? Yeah, they are there, um, and they give you love, but if you ask them for help, then you empower them even more. But they're our spiritual posse. They're always giving us love. Um, we just sometimes don't, we don't get to feel it. But yeah, he's like, if you yeah, that's such a curt thing. If you kill yourself, just know that I'm gonna kick your ass over here. He was like, no, 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 no. Yeah, he's like, he actually answered you as you probably as you were typing that. He goes, if you the death card come out, if you kill yourself, I will kick your ass. So he's like, come on, come on. Don't be a, you know, a wuss like I was. He's like, come on. So do those things. You've got the joy. What are all the things that will bring you joy, that will help, slowly turn you back around so that you can start heading up the path. Um, so eat, eat something, drink some water. You're probably dehydrated like crazy. That will start making your body feel a little better. Then shower. That will also, um, you know, make you feel better. And just imagine that it's this rainbow water, not dark water, but rainbow water flooding over you, and um, and then the music of joy, 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 and your happy music that makes you just like just listen to it, even if it just makes you smirk a little bit. That's what matters. Yeah. He's like, that's right. Yeah, he's a great spirit guide. It's like an older brother. And he goes, and then we're gonna then we'd go back down into a lifetime, and then I'll kick your butt down there. But he's like, come on, don't ruin it for me. He likes being your spirit guide. All right. So that's what they have for that one there for you, Nova. So I know you have another one here. So throw your question in there in case you fall asleep. But definitely, like, go now and get something to eat and something to drink right now. Right now. He's being very bossy. But he goes, since you asked. All right. So that is what they have for those for you, Nova. Hang in there, my dear. We love you so much. So the world would be less brighter without you here. So don't do it. I can't be bothered. You're so funny. All right. And then we have a couple from Nelia. So, Nelia, you are up. Thank you for your first donation here with the big smiley emoji. And anything you need to know. All right. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit feel you need to know right now? All right. Wow. So, in the bottom of the deck, you got the King and the Queen of Cups on the bottom. So, I like this for you. Because that is divine counterpart energy coming in, and I like it. In fact, instead of looking away from each other, we have them look at each other. And so there is this important relationship. Let's see what these other cards are here. They'll tell us here. Yeah, you got the King of Swords. So here's a big air sign, a big thinker, thinker, thinker that's coming in here. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. And you've been preparing for this love, right? I mean, the 10 of Cups is this joy overflowing feeling. Um, and the 8 of Cups is like doing an emotional energy inventory where you're looking at what relationships don't serve you anymore. And, we let that go. And the emotions that don't serve you anymore, letting that, fall away. And it's like you're realizing where you're investing all your emotional energy so that you can transform things and let things go and retain and take back a lot of that energy that prepares you for this, for you both to rule over this emotional kingdom together, right? Yeah. And you're at the world card, an ending of a major cycle, beginning of a new adventure. So, with this king of swords, with them being in like kind of air signy where they see things from a different perspective, I feel like part of all this is that you've been letting go of old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore, right? Letting go of expectations, questioning, why do I want that? What about that? What do I want about that? Right. And yeah, you have the Ace of Cups too, which you've been focusing on increasing your self-love, right? The chalice is what we become. We open up and allow that love to come down and fill us up and overflow out to the world. So I like this, ending of the old cycle, this beginning of a new adventure. And, the world card is the last card in the major arcana, followed by the zero, the full card. It starts all over, which is this adventure free of, restrictions. It's like anything's possible. And that's what it happens. I talk about sometimes how when we're growing up, we're given so many supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts around all sorts of things in our life, where it eventually gets to be so thin here. Like, all right, creator, it has to be this kind of person in this timing in this way. And it's so restrictive that we get a little notification that that one's on back order for 1,000 years. But, we, what's great is that when we're like, um, start questioning those thoughts and those beliefs that act like binders, like or blinders, like on a horse, you know, where we open up more and more and more, and there's more possibilities. There are relationships that can ship sooner than 1,000 years, and I like this. I feel like they need you to know, one, you've been working on this stuff, and that there is this counterpart that's there for you. Just continue to look at those emotions that you're ready to release, look at those thoughts and beliefs, and as you're opening up and doing this more, it's not too far away that you'll come across this individual. So I like that for you. Anything else regarding that? Nope. So I like that. So that's what they have for that for you, Nelia. So many blessings to you. And then your second one here with the sunglasses. Thank you for your additional donation. And of course, I saw you had a free one as well. So we'll do that one possibly tonight if we get that far. So, anyone or anything coming towards you? Well, we know there's someone coming towards you. Let's see what else they want you to know here, though. Okay. I did those. What else? Okay. So, yeah, a lot of thinking, a lot of changing that's going on here. Bottom of the deck, you do have the Seven of Swords, which is that becoming aware of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. Really, I feel like there's an emphasis on betrayal, these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, judgments around betrayal from the past. Because you know, we do have here the Six of Swords and the Devil card. The Devil card is Capricorn Saturn energy, which is all about shaking and rattling our cage of thought and belief, like we talked about. But the Six of Swords is movement, letting go of old ways of thinking and moving into new ways. But all of this, I feel specifically, they're emphasizing today. This is about the fear of betrayal, that is in there, or the fear of being alone, because the Nine of Pentacles, you got spirit there with you, but they're alone in a garden by themselves, and there's just has it's just they're kind of intertwined. The fear of being abandoned, left behind, being alone, and then having success, having a life, but not having someone to share it with, and but trusting someone to share your abundant life with, right? And so they do are telling you here, they might say it's might have been feeling like it's been forever. Here's that 10 of cups showing up again. The joy and celebration of a mate and family and everything else. But the temperance card is all about trusting the timing. I know that's the thing, right? Is that, it's alchemy. It's going back and forth between these two cups that starts off as something that feels like just a base metal, but each time it goes back and forth, becomes more and more magical. And then before you know it, it turns to gold, it turns to rainbows. But it's important to trust the journey, trust the adventure, because as we cut away our thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about relationship, especially, we get to this point where we're like, you know what, creator, I've been alive for as long as we've all been alive, right? But I've always had everything I've needed in each moment. And in doing that, we can trust the creator and surrender it to them too, that they're going to bring the perfect person in the perfect way in the perfect timing. And I like that here. I mean, you've got this cocooning time where you're, able to see things from a different perspective, this transformation that's been unfolding. And, again, the caterpillar is like, come on, TikTok. They go along with the process of what it takes to come from a caterpillar to a butterfly. And, you've got the Queen of Wands too, which is about being true to you and, um, you know, connecting with spirit. They have a great connection with that Wands energy, but all the queens have a portion of cups too, right? The little black kitty down here is the empathic emotional piece that allows to connect to the spirit world and um, following that heart, following our higher heart, not our human heart that's taught, that long list of supposed tos and all that. But this is this freedom that comes in, and I like this. I mean, before you know it, you're getting this clarity that's going to be coming in here because on the bottom of the deck you do have the Two of Wands, which is about planning, energy that goes into planning and taking small steps towards what you're wanting to do. Um, I we might have talked about this a little before, Nelia, too. It's about living your passion, and we always joke that finding love is not a hobby. It's we can approach love in two ways. I can approach it as a job position that needs filled, and I'm taking applicants and interviewing people. Or I can go live my passions, do the stuff I love, and while I'm doing that, I meet someone that also loves those things. There's a spark, and it leads to a relationship. It's like relationship isn't the goal, it's living this passionate life that I have, and then if I meet someone, I do. If I don't, I don't. It's not the forefront, that's living life that's the big thing. And I feel like that's what they want you to kind of focus in with that, not making marriage the ultimate goal. We're taught that, right? Oh, in order to be lovable and acceptable and successful, we have to, have this and that and this relationship and children and this and whatever. We're all given different things growing up, right? But it's like, no, that's just a human thing. But when we live our passions, we're enjoying it. And while we're doing that, that's where love can blossom. So that's what they have for you for that one. So thank you for your dual donations, Nelia. So many blessings to you. And then we've got Daisy. Daisy must have gotten some college funds, huh? Thank you for your donation. Let me see here. Did you put your question up here? Let me look here. I didn't see it at first glance, but let me scroll a little slower. And if you're here, just throw your question down below if you haven't already. All right. I don't think I see it anywhere, Daisy. So if you are here, make sure to put your question and we will hop down to it as soon as you put that there. But for the sake of time, I will move on to Mariana. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And let me find your question here. I don't think it was up above. I could have been more efficient and looked for both of them had I thought ahead. But let me take a look here. And celebrating your 20th super chat. All right. So congratulations on that there. Let's see. Scroll, scroll, scroll. See a couple hearts. So I see you there. All right. So, Mariana, I don't think I see a question from you yet either. Oh, wait. It's up here. I see it up here. Totally missed it at the beginning. So, you wanted a general for October. So, let's take a look here and see what they have here for October for you. So, what do they want you to know for October? I can't believe that it's not very far away. October seemed like, oh, it's going to be a while, but no, it's here in a little over a week, right? All right. So, you've got here on the bottom of the deck, you have the strength card, the number 8, which this is your human self communing with your higher self. You also have the Empress on the bottom. And oh my gosh, you've got the Judgment card, the Fool card, and the Emperor. You got all these 5 major arcana on the bottom of the deck, which does say that October is going to be a significant month for you. And I just feel like there's this energy with all 3 of these. The Empress is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. The Judgment card is your higher self calling you to this higher place. The Emperor is you really taking charge of your life and stepping outside of these expectations, these supposed to be's, these should be's, these need to be's. And the Full card, this is your soul and your higher self. Both of them, they're made of the same. They're basically the same thing, right? They're just different perspectives of our spirituality, of our true nature. But there's all this gathering, there's all this getting into your heart, getting into this, what do I want for my life type of energy coming to the head here. That's all on the bottom of the deck. And I just feel like with the major arcana, with all these happening, that you are looking at things in a different way. Let's take a look here. So there is this emphasis. 3 of Pentacles is you being true to your authentic self, and 4 is a gathering or a celebration that's coming up here in October. And I don't know if you're invited to a wedding or some sort of gathering of celebration. Could be a Halloween party toward the end of October. But whatever gatherings that you're invited to in October, it's really encouraged for you to say yes and go, but be true to you. Don't try to be something that you're not, unless it's a costume party. But dress up what you want to dress up as, right? Whatever how you want to present yourself. Not like, well, everyone want me to do this and do that, so I should, go get into that. It's like, no, this is about you being true to your authentic self in October. Yeah, and you had the 6 of Pentacles too. And the bottom of the deck, after all those major arcana, you had the 10 of Pentacles. So it does feel like an abundant feeling month for you too. 10 being October, right? But there's this equal balancing that comes in with that for October. And yeah, I feel like this is an abundant type of feeling that's coming in there. And then let's see, you got these 4 that came out together. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Yeah, you definitely have a tower moment, which, don't be afraid of that. That, whatever happens in our life when someone or something gets moved out of our life suddenly, it creates the space for something that's more in alignment with our higher self, right? And so with all this, you know, focus on being true to your heart and being true to your authentic self. I feel like there's something that comes in where gives you a great opportunity where something's cleared out of your way where you can move forward in a direction that you're really wanting to go. And you have the high priestess too, which is all about trusting your gut, trusting your instincts, taking moments to like the high priestess does. She steps back out of the chaos of the world into her high priestess temple, connects higher, looks behind the veil, dives deep into the heart and into the emotions. And with all that coming together, you also have the King of Swords and the Seven of Swords. And this is this shaking and rattling that comes in that allows you to question the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that would have kept you restricted, kept you from stepping forward and that which would have thieved things out of your life, where you would have looked back and gone, gosh, if I had stronger, um, self-love, I would have gone for that, but, oh, I just didn't think I deserved it. Well, this whole Six of Pentacles and all this energy that has been changing here, your mindsets have been changing about who you feel you are and what you feel you need to do and go to as well. And so, I like this energy of transformation, of a big month of aha, and all right, I have the opportunity. I'm I almost feel like you might have had opportunities that you passed over in the past, and it's given you the courage, coming back to the first card that came out, the courage and the strength to step forward, going, never again, not again. I'm gonna go for it this time. And I like that for you. Yeah. And Wheel of Fortune to end it all, the number 10 for October, but the Wheel of Fortune, along with the both of these cards work well together because they do tell us that whatever happens in our life is always for us. It's the wheel of the tune of for you, the fortune, right? Wheel of Fortune. And so when you realize that every moment is for me, what am I afraid? Why am I holding back for, going for what I really am truly wanting in my heart? So I like this October for you. It feels very transformational and transitional. And with all this eclipse energy that we just had this week, and then in a couple weeks, we have the new moon um, solar eclipse, which all of that is endings and beginnings energy, especially the new moon lunar eclipse is about the birthing of new things. So I feel like October is going to be an important month for you. And it feels very abundant with all that energy we were talking about, especially Wheel of Fortune for your final card. So I like it for you. And that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Right, and then Daisy, if you're not here, I'm just gonna take a screenshot, so that's my remembering that I haven't done that one yet. So thank you again, Mariana, for your donation. All right. And then Nova, thank you, for your that would be number 4, right? Don't see a 4th question yet. So if you've gotten food and water, make sure you put your question 4, and I see another one down here for that'd be number 5. That one we'll do after you shower. Kurt is acting like a bossy older brother right now. So make sure to put your additional question down there. I'm just gonna grab that one real quick here too. So that'd be number 4. So just for the sake of time, I'm gonna jump to Brenda. And then I did have one come through, I believe, here through the CashApp. So I'll look at that here in a moment. So for Brenda, thank you so much for your donation and your the rainbow unicorn, which you know I love. So thank you for that. And Brenda, you said for the rest of the month, what is coming in general when it comes to love, money, business, and the such? All right, let's take a look here. I know there's not too much left I'm gonna say November, but September. So let's take a look here. So let's take a look. So first of all, for love, for the rest of this month, okay, and then we had money and then business. All right. So, wow, for love, you got 5 cards here. Let's see what we got coming in here. You got a lot of fire coming in here. So, but it feels like, the big card, we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So, love seems to be growing and coming along here. But oh my goodness, look at all this royalty you have. So, you've got the King of Wands, you've got the Page of Wands, you've got the Ace of Wands, and you have Leo fire energy with the Strength card too. So love seems to be on hold, but you might have an opportunity for a lot of passion to come in here. So you have a lot of fire energy that's burning and boiling within you. It's like we're in heat, right? Whoa, oh, look out. Alarms are going off in the city. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But we do have here, the possibilities that you can redirect that, um, you know, to this different energy, right? We can just instead of letting it boil within us, we can get out and do things. We can redirect the energy that you have going on here, because it's like it's growing. There is this opportunity for a lot of passion, 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 but um, love, the emotion of love, isn't present there. It's just a lot of energetic and physical attraction that can be going on there. So I know that's what they have for that. Money, well, you got 4 of Pentacles, so it seems like money is going to be here, coming in here. And Nova, this is for Brenda, not for you, so don't freak out. I'll come back to you now that I see you put your 4th question. But for you have a solid foundation in the outside world with the 4 of Pentacles. So that shows that things are solid, things are stable in finances over these next 10 days. So um, we have that coming in. And then we'll take a look here regarding business and everything else. I mean, feels like we've got the 9 of Cups. You feel emotionally full, and the Queen of Pentacles is about birthing and abundance. So it really feels like things here in this the remainder of this month, it feels like it's full and birthing and harvesty type of energy regarding business and those things. So it feels very uplifting here. Especially, I feel, going back to all this powerful wands energy that's here. Whatever you focus on, is what grows and expands and can, multiply. So, the more we're aware of the gratitude, we talked about all this a lot, right? That if I focus on gratitude for what I do have in my life, it expands more. If I focus on my wanting and focus on lack and that type of thing, then that grows instead because my energy is telling the universe, I enjoy that and I want more of that. Um, so if I focus on gratitude, they go, "Oh, you want more to be grateful for? Here you go." If I'm like, "Oh, I I don't know if I'm gonna have enough, and I feel like, missing stuff. Like, you enjoy missing stuff? We'll take more away and we'll push things further away. Or you like wanting? We'll hold it back so you can want longer. No, and so I like this sense of this life can feel very, fulfilled and dreamy with the 9 of Cups coming in here too. So I do like that coming in there. So that is what they have for you, Brenda. Brenda. I know. Love, love, love. We're like, ugh. But but I do love the Queen of Pentacles too, being nurturing yourself and taking care of yourself too. Um, what does your heart want? What do you want? Right. I feel like it's an important time for you to nurture yourself and even have all that energy focused in on you for the next 10 days. I like that for you. Right. So that is what they have for you, Brenda. Brenda. And then let me see, is it this one? Come on. Yeah, that's that one. So let me get rid of that one. That's your question number 4, Nova. So thank you so much for that. Did you get something to eat? Did you? Did you? Got some water? You got something to drink? So why did Kurt the spirit guide become your spirit guide and decide to help you in your musical dreams? And what was his dream like? And what was his dream like? Cool. You got water? Okay. We'll compromise, but make sure you get something to eat too. Something to give your body nourishment. All right. Okay. Is it a? I was trying to shuffle the cards and they're just going all over the place. And he's like, I felt like, oh, you must want an oracle card. Yeah, I do. Here, good. This energy oracle cards here. So let's take a look here. Mariana. Yep. I did do yours. Right before Brenda. So I just did Brenda's. Right before that was yours. So you might like. And thank you again for your donation. All right. So let's take a look here. So why did they choose you to become your spirit guide, and what was his dream like? All right. So what do we have here? I got a lot of appreciation. Card number 15. Yeah, I feel like he's talking a lot here about his dream, but let me just we'll read it here first. Choosing gratitude. Yeah, before I read this, I'm just going to say it because I felt like he was so deprived when he was younger. His dream was just to have so much to be grateful for. He was just hoping to have love, I think he had children. But he just was like, to have somewhere of his own that he owned and that they would never want for anything. And because I feel like they were very poor, it feels like, and he didn't have a whole lot to be grateful for. So his dream was not like so grandiose that was like, oh, I want to be, a star. It was never like that. I don't feel like that was his, type of thing there, right? Yeah. And music, I mean, music is what um entertained him and when he was a child because I just feel like yeah, yeah, he wanted to share music. He wanted to share his music, but the dream at the core underneath it all, was he just wanted um to be able to have appreciation and have gratitude, right? He lived the Beatles. Yeah, so he's just like he didn't, um he kind of bought into, well, you gotta have all this stuff and all that, whatever, because but that kinda came later, I just feel as a child when we're looking at his true dream, it was music was like his savior in a way when he was young. It was his escape, is a good word that he's giving me. And I just see him, you know, music, 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 music was what he just loved, and it spoke to him and it resonated, and kind of like you both have, right? In your lives where you've had multiple lifetimes where music was an expression, and you know, um, that growing up, and but it was a part of, it's like the language that the heart speaks. And because of what growing up, what they had with their emotions, that they didn't feel like they could express themselves except through music. They didn't have the words to be able to share what was in their heart. So music notes and the feelings they felt when they listened to music, they were like, yeah, it's like this, they could almost like speak in songs, and like, how do you feel? Well, I feel like, blah blah blah, and that's how they would, they could, if people heard the song like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean, although everyone experiences different emotions with songs sometimes, but sometimes music is like a universal language. And so that's kind of where their dreams were. And this is why they chose, because you guys have had many lifetimes together with music. You've all had like a core of different musicians that you guys have been part of each other's lives, either as spirit guides or actually as a musical troupe, or you guys have been part of this, and you have this theme of music, and you can relate a lot to all that, right? Similar to you. And so this is why you guys have this familiarity of parallel lives, parallel dreams. And so that's when you guys were drawn to each other in the ethereal before you came down here, and you were like, hey, do you want to hang out and experience my life with me? And it's him and other people. They're like, yeah, and like, all right, let's go. And so that's why they chose. And they're a big influence on you at this point in your life because of the struggle that they had later, and not even really too much later. I think they were in their 20s or 30s when they ended their life, but they were just um, the the emptiness, like this appreciation they didn't have because they were looking to the outside world so much, and they felt so disappointed, never felt enough, that's when they were like, I'm out of here. You're right. Yeah. So, with the gratitude, this is like what they want you to know, choosing gratitude. Um, so this card shows a woman holding a single rose. Now I'm thinking of the rose, the song The Rose. She enjoys the scent and beauty of the single blossom, yet around and behind her are bramble bushes. She could be focusing on these, worried that she might get caught up in their prickly branches of difficulty. Instead, she's pausing to experience the blessing of this single flower. The sun is breaking through the clouds, shining on her choice and on the tiny buds waiting to open up. This card is telling you that you have much to be grateful for. And like the flowering bush behind the woman on the card, there's more to come than what you can see yet. Congratulate yourself for every moment that you choose appreciation. This decision shifts your consciousness from lack to value, and it's guaranteed to bring more worth and richness of life to you. Wow. Yeah, he's been guiding you with all the other spirituals since you're in the womb. They've been with you all along. I like reading the reversals in case these resonate too. And it says, let's see, you could have lost your sense of gratitude. Oops, did I hit my camera? You could have lost your sense of gratitude and have gotten caught up in the prickly brambles of negativity and possibly even despair. Stop focusing on what you don't have, even if it seems to be a lot. Instead, find something to appreciate about yourself and your life. Choose to focus on the little things with gratitude and acknowledgement. Your refusal to appreciate even the small pleasures will cause them to drop from your hands and keep you stuck in some of your problem patterns, causing you to lament your lack even more. Let go of this negative focus and spend some time every day acknowledging what you have to be grateful for. Remember, the more you appreciate your life, the more life will appreciate in value as well. So, despair leads to repair. Well, that's good. We like this. I like this message for because when we get caught in despair, one of the one of the you know turnarounds, the things that help us, it's a lifeline for us is gratitude, right? And laughter and joy. So doing those things that can help pull us out of those things. But you're not alone, they're there. And, he, um, gratitude was one of the big things that he didn't really get a hold of. And this is what he's telling you because he was looking at what was missing, what was missing, what was missing, instead of looking around and seeing how grateful he was for his beautiful wife, and the life that he had. He goes, I had so much to be grateful for, but I took it for granted, and then went through that. You're such an ungrateful bastard. So you could, gratitude is something, it's a wonderful thing, gratitude journal. Um, I mentioned, putting a alarm on your phone every waking hour for gratitude. Then it's like, yeah, what am I grateful for in this moment? And with practice, we really can discover, things. We can really, uh, find gratitude where it's difficult to find things like I have electricity, I have internet, I have a phone, I've got two eyes that see, I've got two ears that hear, I've got two legs that walk. Or if I have one leg, I have one leg that walks. Some people don't have any, and even life, I'm grateful I woke up today because I came down here for a reason. And though it feels tough in this moment, I'm grateful that I have another day left on the earth because some people don't. They didn't wake up today or their life ended. And even though we're like, oh, I wish I was them, it's like, well, but I'm not. And so there's a reason why I woke up today. Let me find that. So I like that for you. So hopefully that answers what you were wanting from that one there. And then you have another one here after we jump to Erica. Thank you, Erica, for your donation. Thank you for pointing out that was you. I see now too. All right. All right. So thank you for your donation via the Cash App. And then Nova will be back to yours. And if Daisy, if you're here, I didn't see your question yet. So be sure. She might have fallen asleep or got kidnapped by the gypsies. All right. So I see your question here, Erica, on your donation. So thank you for that. So, how do they feel towards you? All right. So let's see what's going on. Of course, we always, and we're wondering how other people feel about us. So much has to do with what they're going through and where they're at in their life, and that's the glasses through which we see the world, because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are, right? And so when we look at that, it's like, well, this is their energy towards me, but sometimes it has nothing to do with us. If someone wakes up, with not feeling good, then we suck, right? And then they wake up in a good mood, we're wonderful. Who knows what's going on in there, right? So let's take a look and see what their feelings are here, though. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Capricorn Saturn energy, which is the shaker and the rattler of all that, right? Oh, your twin. They are definitely going through this, you know, big reflection time in their life. So uh, I understand why now they're saying, well, they're going through this questioning all their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that they've grown up with, and how they see the world and see people and see themselves and blah blah blah. And so there is this, they're seeing life through some pretty intense eyes right now, which all this eclipse energy and everything we're feeling, there's a lot of shaking and rattling going on. So so we'll see what energies come out here. Yeah. Yeah. So the Capricorn energy is a lot of questioning thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And here they are, the Nine of Swords and the Five of Swords. This is all, odd numbers are challenges. If you think of like even numbers, whoops, like four on each side, there's this nice little flow in the middle. But if you throw an odd number like a five, there's one in the middle, or like a nine would be four on each side and then one in the middle. They definitely have these obstacles that they're hitting around thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about who they're supposed to be, who you're supposed to be, what life is supposed to be, and all that. So there is some mental struggle that's going on here with these cards about supposed to's, right? Am I being who I'm supposed to be? And there can be, if the conflict hasn't made its way out into disagreements between you, I'd be surprised, but they might just be keeping things quiet. Well, we'll see what these other cards bring in here too. Yeah, again, yeah, they got these. So here's more odd numbers. We got the Seven of Swords. So this fears and a lot of different emotions, emotional confusion coming in here around betrayal and around thievery and around deceit. And so there is this underlying energy that's coming in. And we've got here on top of those this Fool card, which there is this desire to be free and to not be caged. And so I just feel like there's this underlying fear of rejection, of not being enough growing up. And so they may have witnessed like a lot of unfaithfulness when they were young, a lot of you're not you're not doing things right, not good enough, a lot of punishment for doing things wrong, or being yelled at, or not doing well in school. It's all this feeling of failing and this feeling of not being enough, and a lot of instability. I mean, you've got a seven and a nine and two. Well, actually, you've got, yeah, two sevens, a five, and a nine, with all of this energy. So they do have a lot of this. Wow, just almost to the point where it's black or white world, and they feel like I'm either doing perfect or I'm a failure. There's no gray, and that's very stressful. I know that's, I can relate to that growing up, because that's what it was. It was like super high performer or you're a failure. There's no coming in second. You're either first or you're last. Well, you came in second. No, that's last in their mind. At least that's what I feel, this energy that they've grown up with. And I like that the Saturn energy is trying to shake him out of this, because this also rolls out into towards you, and everything in their world, because if they have themselves under this huge list of supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, by golly, they have the rest of the world too under that, right? Yeah. But they do have a desire for, with the Ace of Wands, Ten of Cups, they do want happiness, they do want joy. I love that, the Capricorn and energy in the Nine of Swords is, I'm tired, I'm sick and tired of feeling this way, and I want freedom. It's too stressful. They are desiring change with that. I'm like, I just want to be able to feel joy more often, because when you have so many expectations and you're able to do this much, and sometimes you're able to hit a moment of that, you don't feel like they never hit above. It's like I feel satisfied, but then they live a lot of their life focusing on lack of what's not there because of these expectations so high. As these get then that's when they're able to live a life of this joy and feeling of abundance and overflowing. And I feel like they definitely have a desire for that, you know. Um, yeah. So let's see what these last three cards are here. Yeah. Yeah. So they do want a rebirth. They do want this ending and beginning to happen. They do want to get out of these fears, all these fears. And they have the capacity to do it here. This King of Swords rules over all thought and belief and mindset. So I like that with all that thinking that we had going on here, there's this freedom that comes in. So, it just feels like right now, Erica, that he's kind of focused in on his own journey and his own, battle. It's like he grew up focusing on what's going wrong, like they're looking at the three spilt cups, and they're learning, or they will learn that there's two cups behind him here. But when they turn around and they realize this would be the relationship, that they can come back over here and go over this white bridge and go over to the palace where everything is, and there is abundance, there is fullness here. But I just feel like they're in this midst of trying to figure it all out, and just, I don't know, is their life, it's like, I don't know if it's like a midlife crisis or like their whole life is upside down and out of sorts. It just feels like things are flooding into their life to show them um, that they can't meet these high expectations all the time. So, it's like the universe does this for us, right? There's some perfectionists out there that we can hit a lot of, at least in our minds, perfection, perfection. But then the universe goes, all right, well, let's raise the, oh my God, to where it's so unachievable that we have to face the fears. And that's where he's at with this Capricorn energy. So he's so in his head, he's so distracted, so un-Aries. He must have a, wonder what his rising sign is. If he has like Capricorn or Virgo or an air sign, but there is a lot of that focusing in on their life and who they are, and how everything is supposed to be the big illusion of life, if that makes sense. So I don't feel like he knows how he feels. It's almost like he's so caught up in his head that all the emotions are on pause for everything in life, not just towards you, but everything, and they're all up here. Might even see smoke coming out of their ears, steam. But so hopefully that helps. I know at least it can explain, like, okay, well, that explains why they're distant while all the smoke is in the room. But um, I like that they're figuring things out, though. That they're at this point of just sick and tired of being into that place, So, so that's what they have for you, Erica. Hopefully that helps. And many blessings. Thank you again for your donation. You're like, yeah. You're like, put up a smoke detector, wear a gas mask. All right. All righty. And then Nova. So we are to your number 5. Thank you again for your multiple donations. I appreciate those. And if Daisy, if you are in the room, if you had stepped out and came back, pop your question down below because that'll be the last donation that I have. And this thing will be on for about 20 more minutes. So I'll try to get to some free readings here. If anyone does want their reading prioritized, a donation of any kind can, we'll move it to be next. All right. So your chicken profile. So how, you're very welcome, Erica. How will Kurt help you out in music and your dreams? Also, will Kurt always be there as a spirit guide, even if you're 64 and dying of dementia? You're so funny. How do my emotions and painful experiences and light tied to the music that you'll make in this lifetime? All right, let's take a look here. Okay. So, how will you help with music and dreams? All right. Those. And will he always be there as a spirit guide? Yeah, I do feel like he is with you for this entire lifetime. Because these lifetimes are like a drop in the bucket compared to eternity. They're like, oh yeah. How active are they going to be, though? We'll take a look here. We'll draw those two. I feel like they're going to. They also want to give you a talisman oracle here. It's like a guide. Okay, that makes sense. So passion, excitement, and I like it that they have the stag. Of course, he's like, "Yeah, I'm a stag." Such a weirdo. So we'll start here. Yeah, so he'll be your guide to help you allow your passion to rise up. Sometimes we try to suppress our desires to fit into social expectations and norms, but you can use this powerful force to thrive in a personal or professional matter. So in the music, our passion for life is immense because it comes from a place of love. This feeling is the ultimate and most powerful energy that we can emit. So be passionate about what you do and believe. Do not carry out decisions based on fear, worry, guilt, or shame. That state of mind can only bring the same type of negative feelings back to you. Choose the best version of yourself and project that passion out into the universe. So that's what he's going to, help you do. The Pokemon card, right? The talisman power, you can use this, a gift that he's giving you, to strengthen your beliefs, elevate your thought frequency, and project your passion. This can spend some time envisioning your ideals and goals and then go for it. Love is powerful. Yeah, so it's, um, points you back to this energy towards your dreams, towards your goals, towards all that. So how he helps you, he empowers you to express your passion, and he keeps reminding you to get out of the negativity, let it go, get out of that pattern, get out of negativity, right? So he definitely does that. Yeah. One of the biggest things that he helps you is, the Hierophant here is your higher self, but he's part of the posse that helps you see the capital T truths about self love with the Page of Cups. Because he knows that when you're in, you know, he knows from his experiences when he was here, when he's low in negativity, his creativity is gone. When he's connected and flowing, then with your self love, then there's creativity that flows, and that comes forward, right? Yeah. And so this allows you, when you're too caught up in that lower vibration, it's too noisy for you to create. It's and what you create when you're feeling that way, um, is more, lower vibrational. And yeah, he was creative as heck, right? So he had his moments when he was inspired. Wow, but then when he went down, nothing. And so that's one of the big things that he helps you with your music and your dreams, is to keep bringing you back to self-love, to higher love. Because love is, like it said in here, love is powerful. And that's what he's saying here. Your self-love is so powerful. It allows you to capture your lower vibration, but a big piece of what you're here to do is to, like the 5 of cups, it's what you got before, where it's to show people how you transformed, these times that you're going through. And I'm glad you're journaling it, because it's going to be the stuff that is going to impact people that are also going to have been going through or have gone through what you are experiencing. And when you share your songs, it's going to resonate with them from their past or for their present as well. So, this big piece of getting into counseling was so important, because they're going to give you tools and help you transform things. And then you're going to share that with others, right? Yeah. Because it's going to show that you're going to have the ability to get out of your head and into your heart. That, there's this important piece of, um, every moment is a choice of story, and I can choose the story of despair, like it said, or I can choose a story of, um, this higher place, right? And so, this is the important thing that, unfolds, and they will continue to do that. You've only seen the counselor once, yeah. And so, as you continue to see them, and especially if you share with them that you get suicidal, it's important for you to share that with them, because then they need to, um, not need to, but then they will adjust, what they're doing and how fast they're doing it too, right? So it's important to be clear, but this is what helps. Whatever you're learning as you're going through this journey is what you're able to share with others. Yeah. The Queen of Swords, the balancing of the head and the heart, and this is what comes in here. You're able to balance and show people that through your music. I was like, anything else? They're like, no, that's it. Yeah. And here's the Queen of Cups. One of the biggest things is that you feel emotion so big and so much, that you'll have a stable outside world with this Four of Pentacles, which is that, finding stability in your worth. Um, but it's an important piece here with this Queen of Cups. And you even have the moon on the bottom. And look, joy. There's joy and emotional choice. So you have all this energy that comes in here, So yeah, and we've mentioned that, right? I mean, you have empathic abilities, and we've talked about, how you can put up a bubble so you don't take on other people's emotions, and learning to generate and connect with that unconditional love inside of you, that self-love, allow yourself to be full and overflowing, out with that too. So, you definitely, connect deeply into this, to this energy, and you feel things so expansively that, it's important to, you know this is what you're going to teach people through your music, is how to grab, a lower vibrational emotion, not judge it. There's no right or wrong emotion. There's just different emotions with different experiences. And that power of choice, the Two of Cups, is every moment is a choice of higher vibration or lower vibration. And I'm the one that gets to choose what I feel in the moment. what story I have in the moment. That was the Two of Swords. What energy I put forward, what physical action I take, and no one else is to blame, and I'm not to blame because there's no wrong. There's just, okay, I'm tired of feeling this. I want to feel something different. I'm going to do things differently and I'm going to feel differently. This is what you teach people because of everything you've gone through is not for waste, right? It wasn't an accident, it wasn't a mistake. You experienced these things so that that you have this energy um that comes in for that, right? Does Kurt have a joke to say? Does he have a joke to say? Let's see, what's this card? I don't know. There was I feel like he had me save something on my phone. Let me just take a look here because I was like, was there thought he let me just change here because I thought I saved something today. I can't remember what it is, but he's like telling me, go look, go look. Um, oops, that's not it. Stop. Oh, here it is. It'd be funny. All posts because I saved something. Oh, yeah. It's kind of a joke. Yeah. In 1,000 years, people won't understand the difference between butt dial and booty call. And that is why the Bible cannot be a reliable source. So there you go. It's a pretty good message too about in 1,000 years, things are so different that enjoy for things for what they are, right? So like I was like, why did he have me save that? But now I know why. Because you're like, Spirit had me save it, but it was for something else. So I mean, so I like it. Right? Yeah. So it's just like realizing that enjoying for what it is and enjoy this moment, because 1,000 years from now, we're gonna be living a different life in different lives in different dimensions. So enjoy this life for what it is. We come here on purpose for a purpose. So um, I like it. All right. Little chickadee, a little chicken profile chickadee. That is what they have for you there. And then I didn't see a question from Daisy. So I'll owe you one unless you pop in here suddenly. Right? I'm going to go take a shower, take a shower, and then go to bed. Get some sleep. Dream some wonderful dreams. Kurt may come jam with you in your dreams in your dream time. The veil's very thin, so I wouldn't be surprised if you have a jam session with all your musically inclined uh, individuals that are there. All right, and then he better or else just invite him before you go to sleep. Just go, hey Kurt, why don't you bring bring out some other people and let's jam in my dreams and you can see what happens there. All right. So hang in there, my dear. Hope you're feeling a little better and I send you lots of love. And take care of you and I'll see you on the flip side. All right. And let me take a look here. I had a couple here. I thought I had so lucky. Yeah, so lucky. So you have here, if you're still here, I think you're the only one that had a question from my group for your free reading. So you wanted to know, and good evening to you. Weird question. Why did the mailman, after he put your mail in the box, say angrily, a blaspheme? I wish not to post. I appreciate that. Was he mad at you or for something you did or said? Or maybe he just has Tourette's. Let's take a look here. So, why did he do that? you know, you got the King of Pentacles coming in here. So, I don't feel like it was anything that you did or said or anything like that. It doesn't feel like he was mad at you. He just, I don't know. There's news about something in his outside world that he um yeah, it doesn't feel like it's anything to do with you at all. It feels like it has something to do with his world that was going on. So you don't need to feel like, that um and even if you did something that triggered something within them, it's their trigger that went off. It wasn't that you did anything. It's that they had a trigger. But I don't even feel that. I feel like it's I don't know why. I felt like they had Tourette's. But I don't feel like there was anything in there. Lucky. So yeah, I'm not picking up anything on that. All right. All right, so I only got about 3 minutes left before I go spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members. So I'm not gonna probably get to any other of the readings here tonight, but I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, so you can try me then. And on Sundays, I have my special session where if I don't get to all the free readings on Sunday, I do come back after I spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members and after I eat, and I make sure to complete out all readings on that Sunday morning session too. So if you keep trying, please do so. Sometimes I have, enough donations where I don't get to all of the readings. Um, and sometimes not to any of the free readings. And but I used to come back after every single session, but became too much, so I reserved it for Sundays. So keep trying if you'd like, or for sure come back on you know Sunday morning, for that coming in there. So all right. Oh, good, me. I'm so glad that he's doing really well. Woohoo! Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. All right. So, I don't think there was anything else here. All right, everybody. Well, apologies for the free readings that I did not get to this evening. But I will be back, like I said, both tomorrow and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And if you want to join my Praying Mantis group, we after tonight's and tomorrow night's session and Sunday session, we have an hour, and then also on Wednesdays and Thursdays we have a couple hours of readings. That's $7.99 a month for my Praying Mantis, and for my Zen Cricket, which is $2.99 a month. Then you have access to the Wednesday night only session there, plus be prioritized in these sessions after I finish donations, like I just did. So he's going to need a room to keep up to him. Nah, you can just hobble one of his legs, me. Yeah, I'm sure he'll slow down for you because he loves you. You're so cute. All right, everybody, I have to head off to my praying mantis session. So until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your lives, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So, till I see you again, much love. See, that's what he said. I love it. Beautiful. So, you guys take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon.